Hello, hello, hello. What's up? Welcome, crazy babies, back to another episode of Jam Sessions. Today, I'm super excited again. Got to have a friend of mine in the poetry world live with me on this episode across the pond, Miss Ruth Doyle. She is the author of Twisted Tales and Rhymes, a children's book that is available on Amazon.com. So I'm going to jump off screen and let you guys enjoy that interview with Ruth Doyle now. And stay tuned at the end of the interview for some further book recommendations and a little teaser video of a book I really want you guys to know about right now from an author named Martin Hoyle. Without further ado, Miss Ruth Doyle, author of Book of Twisted Tales and Rhymes. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, crazy babies. Welcome back to another episode of Jam Sessions. Today, I have a dear friend on. I'm super excited to have with me here today the author of Book of Twisted Tales and Rhymes, Ruth Doyle. How are you today?
I'm fine, thanks, Joe.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us across the pond there. It's a long ways away, but thanks to technology,
Absolutely.
we're right here together. All right. So, I'm excited to have our viewers get to know a little bit about you and your book, the Book of Twisted Tales and Rhymes. So tell us, what is that book about?
Well, it's all about fairy tales and magic, and literally, I like to do. I like to get a fairy story or a nursery rhyme and turn it inside out and upside down, and change it completely.
I love that. It reminds me of like the story called Wicked, which is like it's kind of like the precursor to Oz. Yeah, I love that. So I think that's such a wonderful idea, and I love hearing stories that are like a whole new twist or perspective on a story that's already been told. So that is really cool. It's a children's book.
It is a children's book, yes, yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Well, nothing like a bit of magic.
Although it's for children, it's for the younger at heart as well. A lot of older people will love it.
Oh, yes, absolutely. I find that most children's books and most children's stories are just as fitting for adults as it is for the kids. So,
oh yeah,
there's always something there for everybody. Now, do you have a favorite story within the book that you would point out to readers to look for?
Well, there is one. It's called Amazonia, and I've literally based it on somebody that I didn't get on with, and I turned her into the Wicked Queen, and that's what the story's about.
And who did you say it's based on?
It's based. I can't actually say who, but it's based on somebody that upset me.
Oh, I got you.
So if anybody upsets me, they get written down.
There we go. I love it. Hey, what better revenge and what better way to get back at them than to make them an evil, wicked queen in the story? I love that, Ruth. That's amazing. Do you have any favorite authors that inspire you to write? Who does Ruth enjoy reading?
Right, in the past, you should know this, but by looking at my poems, you should know who. Edward Lear.
Yes.
Lewis Carroll.
Especially
Carroll. Father William. I just love Father William. Even my dad used to read it all the time.
Oh, that's excellent. Yes. And I have who?
It's all nonsense poetry.
Oh, good. Well, sometimes, life's too serious. We need a bit of nonsense. Absolutely. And, I've had the pleasure of getting to see first row seats to your work. We've belonged to a lot of the same poetry groups. So I've been a fan all of this time, and I'm happy to share you with the rest of the world, and rather than keeping you all to myself. Now, tell us an interesting fact about Ruth. Aside from being a wonderful author and poet, tell us something interesting that your fans may not know about you.
Well, there's too many things. Well, one of the things is I love football. I watch football. I bet on football. But the main thing is we live in a house that used to be owned by a famous English footballer.
Really?
Yeah, but for anybody British on there, it was Jimmy Greaves.
Jimmy Greaves.
And he actually came to the house with the BBC television and did an interview, and we actually saw him.
That is a really cool fact to know. Yeah, thank you for sharing that with us. And for our viewers, especially those Americans out there, when she says football, she means what we call soccer. Their football, real football.
In America, we like MLS.
Yes.
That's what we follow MLS as well.
Yes. All right. Perfect. Now, I do have a very, very, very big treat for the viewers today. We've got a surprise reading here. Ruth, the author of Book of Twisted Tales and Rhymes, is going to read one of the poems from her book for us today. I'm super excited, and it's going to be such a treat. And I'll give the floor over to you now, Miss Ruth, so you can read that for us.
Miss, I've been Miss for a long, long time.
Oh.
Well, we were 49 years married last year before my husband passed. So it would have been 50 years this year.
Well, congratulations, and I'm sorry for your loss.
That's all right. He's still around. I was worried in case he's going to interfere with the program.
Absolutely. Always around.
Right, let's go. It's called Christmas Disaster. There's trouble brewing in the North Pole. Everything is out of control. They have run out of fairy dust, and getting some more is a must. Before Christmas time is here, all the elves are full of fear. There is no way to make a toy for every girl and every boy. Santa Claus doesn't know how to carry on, now all the fairy dust is gone. Then along came Donna and Blitzen with the help of Cupid and Vixen. They had enough to get to Fairyland, and they can get some more. The place they have to get it is in Santa's surplus store. So now, children, do not worry, for Christmas will be back in a hurry. Everything will now be on track once the reindeers do get back.
Oh, that's beautiful. That is wonderful. And what a treat for Christmas, just in time for Christmas. That is a wonderful Christmas story and take on a Christmas classic. Thank you for sharing that with us. And there's much more inside your book for people to be excited about. I think that's such a treat for you to be able to share one that is Christmas related for us.
Well, this is why I wanted to read it, because I thought it's apt.
It's perfect. And what is the title of that one?
Christmas Disaster.
Christmas Disaster, ... avoided. So it sounds like they did get the fairy dust. No worries, children. Christmas is still on schedule to happen. The elves are fast at work at getting that fairy dust recovered so that Santa can get all those gifts out to the boys and girls. Thank you, Miss Ruth Doyle. That is such a treat for you to have read that for us today. Now, is there anything else that you've got, any projects underway? Is there a new book to expect from you?
Well, Joe, I've got lots of material. I want to write, the next one I want to write is horror related, because I've literally got hundreds of horror poems. I just don't have time to do anything with. Basically, my daughter usually helps me. I do all the writing, and she usually just does the format for me. And I can't be asking her for the minute because there's too much going on. But we will get round to it eventually.
Absolutely, in due time. And I'm sure after we post this interview and you garner a whole new group of fans, they're going to be demanding more work from Ruth. So you better get it together and get ready to give the fans what they're asking for, because after this they read Book of Twisted Tales and Rhymes, they're going to be looking for more from Ruth Doyle. Now, this book can be purchased on Amazon.com. Is that correct?
That's right. Yeah.
Fantastic. And this was a publication by Inspired through Stephen Clark. Wonderful. Well, I encourage all of our viewers to go out and get a copy of Book of Twisted Tales and Rhymes by Ruth Doyle off of Amazon.com and get it in time now for Christmas. It would make a great gift, a great stocking stuffer. And if you do go purchase it, make sure to leave Ruth a review and tell her what you thought of all her lovely tales and rhymes, and help her out this Christmas season with her book. Thank you so much, Miss Ruth Doyle, for joining us.
You're very welcome, Joe.
You are absolutely wonderful. And I hope to see you with that next book soon.
Well, let's hope so.
Absolutely. Thank you. Bye, crazy babies. Hey, crazy babies. Thank you so much. That was Ruth Doyle with her book called Book of Twisted Tales and Rhymes on Amazon.com. So I also wanted to leave you with a couple of other book recommendations. Check out my book, a children's book titled Beautiful Boy, by yours truly, Joseph Mycutt, also available on Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com. But I have a real big treat here for you that I want to leave you with. This is just in time for Christmas. This is an author that I represent. His name is Martin Hoyle, and he has an amazing psychological thriller fantasy series coming out. And this is the first book titled Vocus Animarum. And this book is really phenomenal. And if you like horror and psychological thriller, I highly recommend that you get this first book. And the 6 books to follow are going to be something to really look forward to. You can also contact me for a gift set. It's a black box set. There's only going to be 100 in existence, and it will have his signature. The book will be signed and autographed, as well as some other really personal touches and great treats that have to do with the book. But I'm going to leave you now with a little 2-minute teaser video. The author of this book also wrote the music and did the photography and direction of this and production of this video. So stand by and check this out. Bye, crazy babies. Thanks again, guys. And that was the teaser trailer for Vocus Animarum, a book that I definitely encourage you to check out by Martin Hoyle, available on Amazon.com. It is the first of a 7-book series that is going to be out of this world. Thanks, guys. Until next time, see you later, crazy babies.